So,
Sorry.
going to be pretty cool. And spawning up in the top right-hand position, we've got the Blue Terran, representing Team Liquid, none other than Bunny. He's currently 3-0 up, and his opponent, she's spawning down in the lower left, plays for Team Acer, plays Zerg. It's Scarlet.
I mentioned on this map that you could decide to go crazy with roaches and banes, but I actually had the different spawning locations in mind. On this one, in general, Zerg players also have a tiny bit more breathing room to actually, just get that game going. But it's still tricky. It's a lot of ramps and stuff, makes it hard to always get good engagement, get the engagements that you're looking for with your Zerglings and banelings and whatnot. But what I really wonder for, like, you're currently down 0-3. Even if you had something crazy in mind for this map, do you still want to go with it? Because like the worst feeling in the world is trying to cheese your opponent when you're down 0-3 and it doesn't work and you lose the series 0-4. This is actually something I spoke with Huck about as well in WCS America. All the pieces were in the right place for him to cheese against Shun on game number 3 of his series, a game that was played on that wing. And he said, I would have done it if this was game number 1 or game number 2, or if it was like, 1-1 or 2-2, he's like, I would have done it. But being down 0-2, he's like, it's just the worst feeling in the world. If I try to forgate him and actually it just gets shut down by speed, which I couldn't possibly see anymore at that point, he's like, it was just too risky. And I wonder if that's something that will go through Scarlett and her mind as well, that she's like, all right, this is just not being my series so far. And we know how much Scarlett cares about prestige and, people acknowledging her as the best, or at least one of the absolute best non-Koreans in the world. So that might go through the back of her mind as well.
I think the other thing as well to note is that Scarlet has obviously had a bit of a distraction between the group stages and getting here, namely WCS America. Whereas Bunny, to my knowledge, he hasn't been at any event over the weekend, hasn't been doing anything, at least that I know of, that would be massively distracting. So he may very well have been able to see some of Scarlet's games at WCS America and have a think about what he's going to do there.
And this is sort of an old story, so you could say it's not completely relevant to this series, but what an amazing pickup has Bunny been for Team Liquid. When they picked him up, I was like, I could see it, but I kind of felt like, okay, this is going to be one of those hit or miss, either, he will make a step, but I don't think that if you would have told me that Bunny within 6 months would have been this strong in the foreign scene, I would be like, nah, I think you're slightly overdoing it. Of course, I really don't want to take anything away from him, but his race is also doing pretty well right now, so that helps, I guess. But he's such a talented player, and he's really been showing remarkable progress in his career.
Well, his Reaper trying to make a little bit of progress in his career, picking off a couple of these drones. Not going to get too much done, just sneaks away, 5 HP. And that was very, very close for that Reaper. Of course, he's going to just go shoot up a little bit out in the middle of the map and be all better very quick.
Yeah, that's actually very nice for the Terran. Bunny's opening up with 3 Reapers, a little old school. Of course, Foxtrot Lab is a very good Reaper map because of that, the rest. I guess in this position, well, there's just a lot of ways to hop in and out of it and just be pretty frustrating overall. 2 Reapers gonna hop into the back of the natural, almost get that second drone. Has to be careful though, ooh, so close. It would have been so nice for Scarlet. I'm going to be slightly biased over here, Madals, just because I want to see a few more games. I have absolutely nothing against Bunny, but I would love to see Scarlet win this map at least.
I'd love to see at least one map go Scarlet's way as well, because let's face it, Scarlet is an incredibly talented player as well.
Oh, this drones, yes. Oh, that's so close. Drones, why drones? Why drop the ball like that?
These are very, very slippery Reapers, and there's 3 of them now as well, which means that they are incredibly efficient at taking down drones.
This is a disaster already. 4 drones have died. One of them morphed into a spore and got cancelled and stuff. And the one time that Scarlet tried to pull the drones, it didn't work. I agree with this drone move, by the way, or this drone pull, because I really felt that C had them. He had the Zerglings on the right side and the drones on the left, and there's very, very little space behind that mineral line. So I thought it was a good move. Unfortunately, the Reapers, like you said, they're slippery Reapers and they sneak through.
There's that secret upgrade Terrans can get now for Reapers. Means you can never surround them.
Scarlet is still...
Scarlet's not out of this yet. Still in an alright spot. Not really got... Did lose how many workers? Lost 4 workers. Okay, bit of a pain, but there's also an investment from Bunny. Going for 3 Reapers rather than just the 1 or 2 you'd usually see. means that the Hellions are delayed. It gives Scarlet a bit more time to get our response to that. And Bunny isn't going super aggressive. He's got a third CC coming off the back of it.
I totally agree with you, but the last thing as well, Scarlet did make those extra 8 to 10 links, and then you really try to hope at least one Reaper, maybe even 2 Reapers, because you're looking for something, because if you don't make it, then you might as well just don't make those links and make a spine, or just rely on your queens, or only make the absolute minimum amount of links required. But she made a few more than that, so she's going to send a couple of links across the map and try to counterattack, but there are a lot of Hellions actually waiting at home. Of course, this hit squad was only 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions. So this means that there are still 4 Hellions at home, and these 4 Hellions will greet these Zerglings. Bunny is playing an absolutely flawless series. He's playing a flawless game so far, Madals. He has not lost a single unit yet.
Bunny is just on top of everything so far, and not just in this game, this series, Bunny has been playing a very, very smart few games of StarCraft, and it's causing problems for Scarlet. These Lings are going to go down, which isn't the end of the world, but again, it's units for nothing for Bunny. He's lost 0 this game. Scarlet, 518 resources.
It's already going to be relatively difficult, I think, for Scarlet to keep that natural alive. Of course, he does have the queens. Now there's a Banshee that's going to fly into her natural. That's a little bit frustrating to deal with. That might actually allow her to force her to reposition one of these queens. That would be a bad move, because all the Reapers and Hellions are looking for it. Bunny is just, he's just winning small battles over and over and over and over again. He has killed 20 units so far in this game, has lost absolutely nothing yet. He is going up to 3 command centers, by the way, 3 orbitals.
Yep.
He's actually sending it over already. That's very early, but I guess he realizes that he doesn't really have too much to worry about, because so far, everything has been going awesome for him in this game.
Yeah, he hasn't really had any problems. He hasn't lost any units yet, and that's giving him a lot of map control, which is allowing this third base to get taken, because ultimately, Scarlet, if she wants to come over here and try and take it out, cause any pressure, she's got to deal with this force of Reapers and Hellions first. Plus, the Banshee is maintaining a constant threat as well. It's not doing too much at the moment. I'd love to see that get repaired up, just so it could come back for round number 2. But all in all, Bunny picked off 8 drones, kept Scarlet on the back foot, and Scarlet, where does she really go from here? Adds in the Spire, she's got Baneling Speed coming down, so nothing's catastrophic, but as you said, it's just a couple of little losses have caused a bit of a problem.
The only thing that does excite me is that Baneling Speed will be ready for the first battle this time. That's of course because everything is going to be a little later for Bunny. Now we're already 10 minutes and 40 seconds into the game. He does have a great economy to work with as a Terran player in this phase in the game, but we all know how extremely good Scarlet is in this game if she can get the tools in the right place. Because game number 2 and 3, she was just never actually able to get the pieces in the right place, because he pretty much died against the first real push or the follow-up push.
Yep.
Because the first push did so much damage. This time we will be able to see Scarlet her magic with the Zerglings, the Midgame and the Banelings. There are 21 Marines knocking on their front door, so these queens really have to reposition. She has to make sure that she doesn't take the fight too early with too few Banelings. She's morphing 8 more Banelings. The scan goes down. I actually think that Bunny's going to try to jump on top of it now. There are quite a few Zerglings as well, so that would be too scary. Alright, I think Scarlet should be able to hang on to this phase and should be able to defend her 4th hatchery as well.
This 4th, Bunny of course doesn't know about it yet, but can assume just it's going to be coming. Should clear out this debris, and by clearing it out, he'll actually get himself into quite a nice position to try and assault through it. It'll make it difficult for Scarlet to get the Baneling connections unless she comes up round from behind. Do you reckon Scarlet's going to be able to keep this 4th?
She's going to try to counterattack, so then it will decide to... it's interesting to see what kind of judgment call is Bunny going to make. Will he send everything at home, or is he just going to try to cancel this fort? It seems like, according to the minimap, he is going to send his units home. There's quite a few Banelings over here. No, Bunny has changed his mind. I think he's going to try to attack again. These Banelings getting beautiful connections. A lot of SCVs have died. Alright, Scarlet strikes back. Seems like we have a game on our hands, man.
That was a good little takedown with those Banelings. Note a few Zerglings have remained just to harass a bit. They're picking off quite a few SCVs in the natural base. But Bunny, he's pushing forward. He's going to try and assault this 3rd base. Scarlet frantically trying to get back to deal with it, but it's not going to be quick enough. The 3rd base is dead. The 4th is still alive, but Bunny's going to retreat back to try and get that out. Good splits from these Banelings, trying to prevent them from getting massive connections. And for now, Bunny continues on with this pressure.
Oh, yeah, indeed. For now, he continues on and he keeps...
Look at the worker skill tab, though, for Bunny.
Yep. Bunny has killed a lot, but of course, Scarlet, she rolled her additional Banelings into the natural. She blew up the entire mineral line of the natural of Bunny as well. So Bunny right now fell all the way back to 26 SCVs. There are still 53 drones on the map, so, worker-wise, you would say it's okay. But if Scarlet loses all of her bases, well, she might actually keep this hatchery alive. So that's something, but the power of the Mule, though, Madals, I'm really afraid, because from this point on, it's just going to be parade pushing. It doesn't really matter if you lose 30 SCVs, as long as you have 25 left and you have 3 orbitals, you will still produce a lot of Marines at the same time, and you will be able to continue under pressure. And the moment that he snipes this hatch, it's a disaster for Scarlet, because then she's stuck to being a 2-base Zerg, and she's down in economy, despite having 25 workers more.
Little move forward now. These Marines already working down that hatch. It is going to get sniped. That's what Bunny's looking for. And as you said, this is a big problem for Scarlet now, Rotterdam. The Banelings, they're going to try and connect, but with good splitting, good pulling back, only a few Marines will die. And just pretty much every time I see Bunny play TvZ, I'm always impressed by his Marine splitting.
No, he's definitely the best splitter in the non... I can't imagine any other parent right now, non-Korean, that splits his Marines better than Bunny has. I think this is going to be it, and Scarlet will tap out as well. GG is called. So Bunny takes the final of the Foreign Hope Tournament 4-0.